here we go. Starting off, hopefully we will get to take on the Earth Cave today, and hopefully finish the Earth Cave. That's my hope anyway. Should be quite an interesting piece of adventuring. But I've done some leveling up between this stream and the last. You can see I've got up to level 24 and 25. 23 for the fighters because I was doing fighting at the Peninsula of Power, and a lot of those monsters there have stoning and instant death effects that they were targeting my frontline fighters with disproportionately to my mages. I do need some more items, some more softs in particular, and I cannot remember if softs are available here, so I have a little bit of shopping to do before I head back to the Earth Cave. Nope, no softs here. They might have them at that Melmon shop, so I am going to continue. Because Melmon does have an item shop now in this one, and I believe it does have everything I need. If not, then I'll have to head back to Elfland. I really hope I don't have to do that. But that's why my fighters are slightly under-leveled, because they were the target of more of those stoning and instant death spells. More than my red mages were. The magic from him, and I'll just try to finish these battles as quickly as I can. Get us over to Melmond. In the Earth Cave, I am hoping to do both parts of it today. So go down and fight the vampire battle, although I understand that there's more than just vampires waiting for me down there. And then do the Titan's Tunnel, which I have read is also not the Titan's Tunnel that your grandmother might have played. So that might be a little interesting as well. But I have plenty of time today. We might game over a time or two, and if so, then we'll just keep trying. Because I should be high enough level to handle just about anything that the game can throw at me at this point anyway. I've already gotten the Atlas Gauntlet, which casts Temper on the user, which is a really handy piece of armor, really nice piece of equipment. I have the Dream Staff, which casts Sleep on everything. I haven't actually used that yet. I need to use that sometime. Who has the Dream Staff anyway? Maybe I'll try that out and see how well that works on groups of enemies. I might try it in the Earth Cave a few times if we get in some of those unrunnable battles with big groups. I might use the Dream Staff to try to knock some of the bad guys out. Ooh, it's Darkness and Asleep, huh? For the pirate? That's nice. I didn't realize that it also put Darkness on. That's a new one. I also, on the stream here today, I have the README for this hack available on screen, so if I do need to check the README, I can do so pretty easily. I'm going to do my shopping here before I save. I need definitely some more softs. And let me double check my supply of pure potions. I may need some more of those as well. Nope, 81 pures, 30 softs. Hopefully enough tents for the rest of the game. Alright, and 99 heal potions. And I believe I also bought a turban for my other fighters. My other fighter. Yeah, I dropped the turban thinking I was going to pick up a helmet, but I did not pick up a helmet. I didn't have access to a helmet in the standard collection of Mystic Key chests. I thought that there would be a helmet there for me, but there was not. So it's a long walk to the Earth Cave. From here I'm going to try to conserve my resources as much as I can. Let's try this Dream Staff a little bit more. Play around with that. See if that can take some of the damage away from me. Well, I thought it put him to sleep and put him in darkness status. Maybe I misread that. Maybe it was just darkness. It looked like it hit him. It looked like I missed the iguana, but not the giant. The one thing I'm hoping to be... There we go, poison in the front. One thing I'm hoping to avoid is actually running low on healing items, on hit point restoration items. I've noticed that with how overpowered a lot of the monsters are in this game now, hopefully the ones in the Earth Cave aren't so bad. But I've been taking a lot of damage very quickly, and it's a little bit alarming. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm... Okay, the shadows are actually running away from me now. That's good. I hope that battles in the cave aren't so tough then. Part of the reason I did the power leveling is because I just don't know what's waiting for me in those caves, and if I'm going to be streaming the dungeon crawls, I don't want the streams to be endless head pounding while you die and die and die and die. So, hence the power leveling, just to make the streams a little bit more pleasant. Being that they are semi-blind, I haven't explored these caves yet. I've only just read about them on in the README and on FAQs. So notice none of the shadows are running away this time. I wonder if on surprise rounds, if they skip that check, let's see if some of the shadows will run away while we concentrate on the images. Because our stats compared to the images are not what they are compared to the shadows. And it's been a little while since I've checked the algorithms guide for how the morale stat works, or how the morale calculation works. But I think that's the first thing, if I remember correctly, that's the first thing that the game checks when it rolls a monster's action, is it checks to see if the monster stays in battle, based on its stats or its level, although monsters don't really have levels in this game, but based on your level and a calculation of its own morale. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I don't really feel like pulling up the Final Fantasy I algorithms guide. If you want that, you can look that up. There's a great one available on GameFAQs, the one that I use. This is a rather strange battle to run into at this point of the game. I can't believe that that imp actually attacked. I thought that all of the imps would run away. Seeing as how we are the levels, we're actually higher leveled than characters finishing the game. You know what? I'm going to go for the hyenas first. And let's try our sleep staff again. I'm going to watch more carefully how it targets. Oh, never mind. My dream staff user is stunned. That's a tough one to get hit with. All this damage that you're taking really adds up here. Good. Glad we got the Wizard Ogre out of the way. That's why I don't want to run out of heal potions and cure spells from my red mages. So power leveling will also help that, because the Earth Cave is a very, very long grind, and if a lot of battles are unrunnable, as I fear many of them will be, it really could be a drain on my resources. Alright, let's see what tents give me for healing. Not a ton. Alright, well, let's give it a go anyway. I've already done the Hall of Giants and gotten that treasure chest. Actually, maybe I'll clear out the treasures here on the first floor. Yeah, I want to be out of this battle. At least the werewolves are running away. That's good to know that my levels are high enough to get rid of the werewolves. Okay. Glad that one was runnable. Yeah, Yeah, maybe I'll clear out the top floor here of treasures and then go out and save again while it's handy for me. But I'm going to be trying to run from a lot of these battles. I don't have a chicken knife to charge up or anything, but just to make the attempt a little bit faster. This should be a trap square. Okay, yeah, and this will be no retreat. I figured that would be the case, and that is okay. I'm going to try to do this without using any spell charges. I don't know if it's going to work very well for me. It's probably not going to hit the undead. Okay, and it did knock out that bottom gargoyle. I didn't think it would work against the vampire. I wasn't sure about the earths. Ooh, and my top guy is getting weak already. Some of those big crits that get through our absorb are pretty scary. Alright, there we go. See what we got for this one. Just cash. Just cash, alright? That's okay. It's not great, but that's okay. I don't yet have a means of free healing like the heal staff, although if I remember correctly, there is not a heal staff-like item in this hack of the game. Let's see if Dream Staff can knock these guys out. I'm hoping to use that to minimize some of the damage I take. If I can incapacitate some of these groups of enemies. Now this one I probably could get away from without too much trouble. Darkness asleep. Darkness asleep. Okay, so should be all but that bottom left one should be dark and asleep. Hello, Dehumanization. Thank you for popping in. Good to hear from you. Hoping to knock off the Earth Cave today in both parts of the Earth Cave. All right, so does it tell me if they wake up? I want to see if it tells me if these guys... Okay, so it does tell me that they wake up. I almost never use sleep in the vanilla version of Final Fantasy, so I couldn't remember how it lets you know that they wake up. I know it's bugged in the vanilla version, so that's why I never use it, and that enemies will always wake up as soon as they get a turn. This one, I believe, they just have a chance to wake up when they get a turn. Alright. I'm going to use a tent here again to get a little bit of health back and save that progress of grabbing that little bit of money on the first floor. And let's head downstairs, assuming that the stairs are all in the same place in this version. I'm hoping the dungeon layouts are the same. I guess I can't say for sure. Alright, let's see if I can knock one of them out. I should be getting close to the level where the regular ogres might start to run away from me, although the morale calculation might have something to do with remaining enemies on screen. So him being present with the other green ogres there might... Ooh, miss. Ooh, missed all four of them. That's too bad. But if I get good hits from all of these guys, these could actually take them all out. So not quite enough on the regular ogre. A good hit from my red mages have been taking out regular ogres before. I didn't roll quite high enough on all the hits there. But I still need to do some leveling in this game, so I'm not going to be running from everything. Any battle that looks like I can win without too much danger of nasty statuses or losing tons and tons of health, I will be fighting here in the Earth Cave. But those ones that are green ogre, and a bunch of werewolves, I will be definitely running from those. And I don't need to be too worried about my heal potions on this attempt, assuming that the vampire is still in the same place. I should be able to reach the vampire pretty easily and get back out. These regular mummies should be okay. I'm going to try to preserve my Fire Tube casts, if I can, for the way out. Although I hope I don't end up regretting that. I could have targeted all 4 of them. That's okay. Thanks to all that leveling I did on the Peninsula of Power, these guys aren't nearly as scary as they could be. So hopefully we get a first try Earth Cave. Already it looks like this level layout has been altered, because I don't think in vanilla you're forced to go down as far as I'm being forced to go down. This is kind of a rough one. Let's see if I can put some of these guys to sleep. Troll probably might be immune, but the bulls... Okay, so I got 1 bull. I thought the troll might be immune. Alright, the bull woke up, but that did waste his turn waking up, so I did stop 1 attack from coming in. This should be both fighters to take out the troll. And yeah, if I can get the Dream Staff off every time... Alright, I got 1 of them. So if that goes off first every time, that'll actually be pretty nice in taking these guys out. Okay, I should have spread my attacks out a little bit better. I need to remember how much health these enemies have and how much damage I'm doing. That's part of the fun of the first Final Fantasy game. Not being able to just hold down A for your battles. You have to keep track of enemy health and carefully plan your hits around. Yeah, this is definitely a different layout than before. This room is kind of a maze. You have more choices right from the top there. You can go straight across the top right of the map in the NES version, so I can already tell that's been map edited. Because normally I skip this part of the room. I think there's some treasures down there. But normally I skip this part of the room because there isn't anything in the NES version that is anything to write home about. But I'm being kind of funneled here, so now I have a choice. And I'm gonna go down and take a look at the treasures down there because I don't know what's in store for me down there. Let's see if I can put some of these guys to sleep and avoid some attacks. Alright, didn't avoid any attacks that round. Alright. So there we go. So it said sleeping, so he didn't get his automatic wake up there. So he'll have to waste another turn. So that's what I'm hoping to do, is avoid some of the attacks with that Dream Staff. It's already working pretty well. That's a fun little piece of equipment. Alright, so I'm going to head down here, because I don't know what kinds of treasures are in this version, and I don't know what they're guarded by. Let's see what kind of nastiness we get to run into here. Alright, the Sphinx is a pretty big threat in the NES version. I don't know if they've been buffed here for this. They've got some evasion and good absorb there. Yeah, so they're evading some of my hits and absorbing a lot of damage. Alright, that's good. These guys might be immune to sleep, the statuses. And let's see if just my attacks can take these guys out. I can never remember which of these guys have the huge defense. It's not these guys. I've also read and seen on, it was Sir System Error's write-up of his run of this game, that a new enemy called Metal Slime has been introduced in the style of Dragon Quest. Alright, so here's the spiked square. Alright, there's the spiked square. And I will try the Dream Staff here to see if I can stop the gargoyles. Yeah, Curse is a nasty one. Curse is a really nasty new effect. Okay, one gargoyle asleep. Okay, both gargoyles asleep. So that went exactly as I planned. One gargoyle woke up, the other one is still sleeping, so he'll have to waste another turn. Alright, at least I'm no longer stunned. That's good. I'm gonna use the staff again to see if I can knock out the one that woke up. I think one of them did wake up. or if any of them do wake up between now and then. That one's still sleeping, and the other one did wake up. And I just need to keep anyone from dying, so ZZ is going to need some healing pretty soon. Because I don't have any way to revive any of these characters. Alright, good, there's the Earth. He had the most chance to really do the massive crits that I need to stay away from either my top character or my third character, ZZ, there. So I'll have to do some healing after this battle. I'll grab this treasure chest and hope it was worth it. I'm assuming that the other chest is also going to be guarded by a similar battle to this one. Ooh, another silver sword. That's actually handy. I think that's an upgrade. Yes, that's a definite upgrade. Alright, these guys have longswords. Yeah, the falchions are not as good as the longswords. For me, they have a little bit more in the hit percentage, but not as much on the damage, and it wasn't enough at last check to get another hit, so it wasn't quite enough to make it worth switching. Alright. And I assume this is also trapped? Yes. And is it the same battle? It is the same battle. So let's do this. I'm going to try to get that Earth down more quickly. Yeah, especially now that he's been fasted. I absolutely need to get that Earth down. Alright, good. Thankfully, the Earth is down. Let's see if I can put the gargoyles to sleep. One gargoyle asleep, two gargoyles asleep. Alright, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Both fighters should take out the vampire, and I think both red mages will take out a gargoyle. Yeah, they probably both could have gotten one with one hit. Now let's see if we can avoid... Alright, so the vampire's just buffing himself. The vampire should be dead after this. Oh, not quite. Alright. So let's hope we avoid a vampire attack. Good. And that battle was handled much better than the last one. And this experience is going to be very helpful in getting us up to the next level. Is this also trapped? Yeah. Okay, so all 4 of those squares must have been trapped. That's unfortunate, but part of the game, I suppose. Let's see if I can... The Sphinxes might be susceptible to sleep. Alright, so nobody's vulnerable to sleep. Alright, at least we got one of the Sphinxes in the first round. Yep, you'll get those too. You'll get those, and you'll get also nasty crits. So I have plenty of softs, so that's not much of a worry. But that one character is running low on health, very low on health. So he could die very easily. See, do I have a cure? I think I have a cure 2 spell on this guy, so let's use that and hope that he rolls first. Oh, nope, not good luck, sadly. We didn't get good luck. And he's going to cast his cure 2 spell on the corpse. Alright, there's good damage on that one. Yeah, that can happen just about any time. It got turned to stone, and then all of that attention got turned to that second character. There wasn't much I could do about that. Well, let's unstone first, I suppose. Oops. My menuing is subpar today. Alright, there we go. Now let's heal. This is going to help one of those fighters catch up in experience. But not the other one, sadly. Let's see if we can just run out of here. I don't really need the money so much. But I didn't know what was in those chests down here, so it was important that I came down here to grab them. Alright, now I can head up and around. And if the next floor is the vampire floor, then I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to fight him with one fighter down, since I'm down here as far as I am already. If I do game over, then I'll know what to do on the return trip. But I should be able, with my levels as high as they are, I should be able to handle it. And actually, looks like you're kind of funneled going through here, so there's only one little deviation you can take there that goes down to the silver sword and the money. So now I know which one of those chests I want, if I do have to come back down here, but I'm not thinking I'll have to. Again, unless the vampire boss battle ends up being overly nasty. Oh, is this another chest room? Well, I've got to go for it. See, yep, it's going to be guarded, and it's going to be another one of these. Okay. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to have to start burning some of my spells, I think. Yeah, and I have plenty of spells, so there's not much worry there. Yeah, I'm using one Fire 2. Yeah, and I'll use a Fire 3 on this one as well. That should help, should take out the vampire at least, and the gargoyle, so minimize some of the damage that we take. Yeah, see, that's not great. Him fasting the earth, and then he can saber himself. So that can be really nasty if that rears its ugly head. Great axe. I don't usually use the axes, but let me take a look at the stats of the axe here. I am at 4491. Ooh, so actually I might be getting close to, if I can get to 96, I'll get an additional hit with the falchion. But I don't know if that had a better... Okay, 40 and 96. Okay, so I will actually switch over to the falchion, because that gives me 4 fewer damage, but it gives me 4 hits now. That gives me an additional hit. So there's no way I'm going to want that great axe, because that's going to be 4785. So it's more damage, but much less on the hit percentage, and it actually takes away my extra hit. So there's the falchion for an extra hit there. Ooh, and my fighter's dead. Can I trade? I can trade. Alright, good. So I can actually put that on him to give me a little bit more power and just give that to the dead guy. I'm glad you can make that switch. You might not be able to make that switch in the NES version. I'm thinking maybe you can't. Alright, either way, on we go. And I'm going to try to run from everything I can so I can preserve as many of the spells as possible. This one's no escape. Alright, well, actually, let's go for the hyenas first and see if we can sleep the other ones. Paralyze my fighter. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want that sleep to hit on as many as I can with a paralyzed fighter. Good. Cool, I actually got them all. That's nice. Yeah, let's see if we can just take out that hyena. Gonna take both of us? Nope, actually won't take both of us. Okay, ogre sleeping. One ogre woke up. See if I can knock out the other ogre. See, yeah, there's 4 hits. 158, so it's actually more damage to do more hits, especially because you have more chances for a critical hit. In another level or 2, it'll be better for the silver sword to go back on. Because I'll get that extra damage. The 4 extra damage, I think, is the difference between the silver sword and the falchion. But the extra hit means an extra possible 40 damage per turn on an enemy, so that's a big enough difference for me. You saw that the fighter did have 4 hits on the last one. Alright, ambushed, but that means I can run away. Yes, the Saurias do have that ability. They do have a status stone on their attack. So thankfully, the soft potions are much cheaper in this version because much more will stone you in this version. You have much greater possibility of getting stoned. Alright, so let's do the same plan as before. Let's try to sleep everything just to minimize... Oh good, it went first. That will minimize the damage we take, hopefully. Kind of force the ogres and hyenas to waste turns. Same thing, hopefully he goes first. Yes, especially with attacks like that. With all these status attacks, it's nice to be able to avoid some of them. Although I missed the sleep there that time. Let's see if just both of us together can take him out. 112, and this other one should take him out. Although we did get hit a little bit. This is why I'm worried about my heal potion supply with this party, because the enemies just seem to be really doing heavy damage to my party. Okay, so this is the vampire's floor. I can see it's been edited because normally that path to the left is not there. The enemy set might also have been edited in this version. Oh, is this a nasty shortcut that this version is famous for? This might be the nasty shortcut that this version is known to have. Some of these that are where every square is spiked. Let's see if this... Okay, there goes that. The Fire 2 should take out the rest of them. Oh, didn't quite get the vampire. That's actually surprising that he could take a Fire 2 and a Fire 3 and hang on. So it looks like that's what this is. I've understood, but I haven't actually seen one yet, that this game has shortcuts built in that are just spiked squares every tile. So let's try another way. Because there might be... Alright, ooh, so these guys can use stone spells now. So I actually might... could run into real trouble here with these guys if they paralyze and stone everybody. Right, that's actually... I'm really glad we got out of that one. That could have been bad. With fewer characters to serve as targets, could have been ugly. Alright, and normally this floor also has a not worth it chest that's tucked way out in the side. I don't know if that chest is still there and if it's still not worth it. That I don't know. So these are no escape battles, but thankfully they're not all that dangerous. They're not like the 9 undead battle there before, and they're not like the Earth and Vampire battle. That was not a very good Dream Staff casting. But that's okay because we're holding on okay. Alright, so yeah, that hyena ran away. I do believe, something tells me, I have to check this to make sure, that the morale calculation does take into account the other enemies around. Actually, I will check that other one. I'll check that other one just to see. Ooh, a Zomble and Cobras, and this one is a no escape battle. Let's see if I can sleep the Cobras. I don't know if they are vulnerable to sleep. Boy, that Zomble sure hits hard. I want to make sure I have enough fire castings to take on... Watching here. Okay, so the snakes are susceptible to it, because I did hit one of them. Alright. So let's try and get that Zomble out of here and see if I can sleep the other Cobras. Because this is an unrunnable battle. My experience is really going to be uneven now, but that's okay because one of my fighters is going to catch up a little bit. The red mages have been staying alive much better than the fighters during my leveling. So unfortunately, Final there is going to be more behind, but Fantasy will have caught up a little bit. See if we can just get them quickly. With the extra thousands of experience I'm going to be picking up here. But it shows just how brutal this game is, I think. Yeah, here's another no escape. So here we go again. Yeah, that ice spells. I don't know if Wizard Ogres have that in their spell repertoire in the vanilla version. Something tells me not. Usually it seems like Wizard Ogres just do things like cast Ruse on themselves. And maybe Mute or something. Seems like they just kind of cast kind of innocuous status spells. So I see another treasure room up there. I will try to explore it here, just for curiosity's sake. Although this might be better to do later when I have everybody alive. But I'm down here now, and whatever I find might be useful. Continuing on. I know a lot of these are going to be trapped squares. That's okay. Alright, so let's do another one of these jobs. I might save that other fire too. Let's go with a regular fire here. I might regret this. Because this fire's not going to do tons of damage, but it will help. Wow, I'm surprised that the vampire took so little. Because he has a weakness to it. Or he should have a weakness to it. Unless that's not the case anymore. I do want to save fire 3s for both of my mages. But that should be fine. As long as we don't get paralyzed here. Alright, Glance missed. That's actually quite good. Because that hit should take care of the vampire. And that should take the gargoyle. Good. And Glance, that could have been nasty had Glance landed there. Let's see if this was worth coming up. Thief Knife. That might be a class specific. I should have taken a picture of that, actually. Okay, he can't equip it. Alright, so nobody in my party can equip the Thief Knife. So that's good to know. How are my hit points doing? Alright, so my hit points are doing alright. And my heal potion supply is okay. So we'll try this other chest room. Again, really just for curiosity's sake. I should have taken a snapshot of the Thief Knife in the chest there. Oh, there isn't another one. Alright, I was wrong. It was just that one. So let's head back over towards the vampires then. Alright. It's gonna be another... Alright, so this doesn't look like a trap square, but I bet the next step I take will be another vampire earth gargoyle combo. No, it's not. Just money. Alright, that's good. I do love this music. This Earth Cave music is fantastic stuff. Alright. This is a no escape battle, but again, not super dangerous. Ooh, even the troll was susceptible there to sleep in darkness. That's good. And if darkness works correctly, then that really helps a lot because the sleep will wear off, but the darkness shouldn't. The sleep ought to wear off, but the darkness might not when they wake up. So that could be good to note for later, because I'm going to need every little bit of versatility that I can, because I picked a party for this version that's a little bit monochrome, if you could say. We don't have a lot of versatility to go around in this party. Just can't help but feel bad about all these thousands of experience that other fighter is missing. He's almost to a level up. He's almost to 24. And he's still got he's 10,000 in experience ahead. All right. Let's see. Okay, we do have a trap square here, but this is for both of them, so I'm not quite as concerned. Alright, yeah, let's use one of the fire 3s, and I'll save his last fire 3 no matter what for the, for that battle. Yes, good morning, Shahali9. I thought this was about your time of day to be getting ready for work, but I'm glad you could stop in and say hello. Appreciate that. Always great to have you check in on your morning when you're getting ready. Of course, for me, it's the early afternoon here in Ireland, UK time. Sunstaff. I'm not sure what that does. Let me move it to. Yeah, let me move it down to him, and I will use it and see. Actually, you know what I'll do? For the first time, I will look it up. We'll check it out together. Okay, so Sunstaff casts Harm. Can only be equipped, looks like, by White Mage and White Wizard, but it does cast Harm when used. So actually, that's quite helpful. That's very, very helpful for me. Okay, cool. So I have a, I can cast Sleep or Harm with that last mage. So I'm glad I came up into that room. That's going to be helpful for this upcoming vampire battle. All right. I'm sure that's going to be trapped, so let's get healed up. Oops. I did not. I meant to hit B to get out of there, not A to give him another potion he didn't need. Alright, so let's use Fire 3 from you and just a regular fire, because these guys are going to resist everything else. And let's hope we get a good doubling damage on the vampire. Yeah, that's not bad damage of the vampire. The other Fire 3 might get them all. But I hope putting the README up on the stream wasn't too much of a distraction there. I hope it proves informative when I need to look something up. But at least when I look something up, anyone watching can see what I'm looking up and what I'm referring to. Alright, let's use that Sunstaff now. Let's get a free casting of Harm. Let's see if this will take him out. Nice. Not a ton of damage. Would have done a lot more damage probably just attacking. But, cool that we got him. White Staff. Alright. Let's take a look at that one. It should still be up here. There we go. I don't know what happened with that. That was strange. White Staff casts Cure, it looks like. So I wonder if it's not going to be the same as the Heal Staff. But can I use it to cast single targeting cures? Well, let's try it out here. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, let's do that. And, let's try to put the snakes to sleep, because I do want to save a little bit of my fire charges. I know that was going to do nothing squat to the Zombo, but I was hoping it would take at least one of the snakes out, but the Dream Staff should help with the snakes, so these staves are going to be helpful for me. Especially if I can get a little bit of free healing. So he's got the White Staff now, huh? And I think he's in Poison and Darkness status. So let's see if I can get the rest of those snakes out of here. Still not enough damage. Oh, and he's stunned. My fighter's stunned. This should take out the snakes, though. Get good rolls. Alright, good. So I'll try the Heal Staff now. So the white staff to heal. Oh, it didn't target, so it might actually target everybody. It might target everybody. Let's see if it does. Alright. 82 damage. Ouch. And was he stunned or something? What happened there, I wonder? He must have gotten stunned and I must have missed the prompt. Alright, up to level 25. I'm actually glad nobody got taken out in that fight. Thankfully, I grabbed all those chests, so when we come back down in here after we get the rod, it won't be quite as nasty. Okay, so yeah, there's the shortcut hallway, and here's the vampire room. So maybe I'll try the white staff again when I'm fighting a battle that's a little bit less deadly. That has a little bit less potential to nerf somebody with either stone or with a nasty critical. Maybe in some of those ogre fights, some of those ogre and iguana, or not iguana, the hyena fights. Maybe one of those. Alright, so we're at the vampire, thank goodness. And I want to be just a tiny bit judicious with these. I just don't want to waste much healing if I can help it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing... Yeah, he has the Atlas armlet, so he can boost himself with that. Alright. Ooh, I like that joke. All living beings are born to die. Now that's in the NES version. But just ask Melmon's Cleric. That's definitely a nice touch added for this version. So, alright, let's see what we draw here. I'm going to catch a screenshot. Okay, so actually not as bad as it probably could have been. Atlas Gauntlet. Fire 3. Fire 3. And if all of these go off, this might even just be a one-round fight. If all of these shoot off like they're supposed to. The one thing is that red gargoyle, I'm not quite sure about its resistances and hit point totals and everything else. Alright, not so bad. I don't have any more fire 3s. But let's just go with one more regular fire here. Ooh, slow. That's gonna really hurt my fighter damage. Yeah. Can fire get him? Not quite. Fire couldn't quite pull it off. Let's see if we get it to attack before he does. Yeah, that slow really hurt us. There we go. Here's the vampire boss down. And now we have 26 for that red mage. Put my boss X up. Alright, I hope the square in front of that chest isn't also trapped. I guess I better be prepared for it to be trapped. I guess I can't assume anything. Nope. Alright, thankfully it's not trapped. Now I'm wondering what the deal is here. What's going on with that thing? Is that a warp panel going out? If so, that would be pretty cool. If so, that would be really cool. That would actually be a very kind thing for ZZ Zonk Miles to have done for us. Jahali, I definitely agree. To be fighting wizard vampires, that's about where I would be towards the end of the game. You're right about that. All right, I'm gonna see how this white staff works. Okay, so it's only self-targeting. There we go. All right, so that's why it's only self-targeting, which is not huge, but it's not too bad. It's better than nothing. So it's a cure spell that's only self-targeting. All right, so I hope this is okay. I hope this is a warp tile. You know what? If it is, I'm gonna YOLO it like it is. I'm just gonna give him everything I've got here, which is not a whole lot on this guy, because I'm leaving some spell charge, or some spell slots open, because some things open up for red wizards that I will want later. So that's why I don't have Fire 3 and Lit 3 on both of those guys. I don't know if that's the right call or not, but that's why that is what that is. Okay, so let's see if this is a warp tile out. I'll be really, really happy if it is. Although I get, okay, spiked squares, spiked squares, spiked squares. Shahali, I did a pretty decent amount of grinding. I gained like 5 or 6 levels before doing this dungeon, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable with where I am. I don't know if that's going to be what I need for all of them. I probably didn't need to do as much as I did for this one. I probably could have made it down here maybe a little bit more on the edge of my seat than where I am now. Without as much grinding, but I did it mostly for the stream quality, because I don't want the streams of these dungeon crawls to be just death after death after death. So I'm making a point to do a lot of grinding between streams, just so that I can get these dungeons crawled without too many repetitions on stream. Because I'm doing the dungeon crawls mostly blind. I'm not looking at maps or anything. I am doing some reading about what's in them, but I'm not using maps, so I don't know exactly what's where. So there will be some wasted chests that I'm grabbing, like that thief knife item. So I want the stream to be as pleasant as it can be. So let's see if this is a warp out. Yes. Thank goodness it is. Thank you, Zonk Miles. Alright, so now I'm going to be heading back to the All DC to do some reviving and saving. And then I will head to another long and dangerous dungeon, that's the Titan's Tunnel, which has been expanded greatly in this version. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's fight this one. I've got my Sun Staff, so I can cast harm now. And I had one more fire too, so might as well do it. So I'm trying to think of how I can best use that white staff. Because it's unfortunate that I can't use it to target, and you can't move weapons around between characters during battle, so I couldn't move it to a character who needed healing, although I could stick it on a fighter, but I would hate to be wasting fighters' turns healing themselves. Normally, the thing that's so nice about the heal staff in the NES version, the vanilla version, is that you can have a support character use it to give everyone some free healing. So you can keep your melee fighters swinging, so to speak. And your less powerful characters can sit in the back and heal. Not the case here with this one. I'll have to do some thinking about that. It's nice to have some free healing. I'm sure I'll be able to make use of it somehow. I guess I could use it just to save some heal potions, just to keep my red mages alive when they can. Maybe when one gets full, I can move the weapon to the other one. Whoever gets a turn first. I'm also noticing the big difference in the way the intelligence works. In this version, as I believe in the restored version, intelligence does not apply when you're using items, but it does apply, of course, when you're casting a spell directly. So I can see that with the Sun Staff. I can see that my mages are not getting nearly the damage from the harm spells as they would. It's either that or the harm spell calculation is different. It could be that. I might just have that wrong. And then what I may also do, I might take a look at the level 3 spells again and see about buying a Fire 2 for that other red mage. Maybe I'll pop down to Elfland and see about getting Fire 2. I want to see what other level 3 things I might want to get. Now let's just use it. Yeah, if I can get away, I can get away. If I can get these high spells off, I'll get the high spells off. Well, actually, you know what? I think with the Ruby, I think I can get to Crescent Lake. So I'll do that before I go to the Titan's Tunnel. Because I should be able to get the next level spells. Because I have 3 spell charges on there for both of my mages. So you can tell I'm kind of over-leveled for where, you know, of course you normally would be. But I've got more spell charges for the mages that I can fill in Crescent Lake. Because I believe Crescent Lake is blocked by another Titan. So let's do that too. Before we head back to the Earth Cave, we've got quite a few little chores to take care of. So the first part of the Earth Cave was down, and that's I was worried about getting down in there. There we go. Probably wasn't the most efficient way to do that. But yeah, the sad thing about these enemies that have so much capability to stone and do huge crits, even on high-level characters, is that you're going to get variation like this. You're going to get... I've got from 23 to 26, and that's just from these 2 fighters getting stoned and killed during grinding. So that's sad to see. Ooh, I even have a level 7 charge with that guy. How close is he? So he's 18,000 from the next level, but I have a level 7 charge for that one red mage. But I'm going to see about getting a Fire 2 charge and level 3. I need to come down here to get softs anyway. Do that. Because another charge of Fire 2 would be really helpful down there in the Earth Cave. Going through it again. Possibly even with Lich. But yeah, sadly they can't learn Fast. And I don't think they can learn Temper. They can learn a spell that is kind of like a Fast for themselves. The red mages can. But they can't learn Temper. Which maybe that's the level 3 spell that I'm waiting for. Let me see. Okay, yeah, Quick is that other one, but it's like a self-targeting Fast. Quick is a self-targeting Fast spell. Alright, and I have X-bar or X-barrier. So I've got Fire 2, Cure 2, and then Lit 2, and X-barrier. So maybe I will pick up Fire 2 for the other one. Just to help my survivability in the upcoming dungeon, and I will leave that up in case there is something else I want to learn. So I gotta restock on my potions. But thank you for this buy 9 feature. Otherwise, this could really take a long time. Alright, we're down just to individuals now. So you can't max out that way, so you can only buy 9 or you can buy 1. So if I had 21 or whatever, then I have to buy the rest there. Let's get some more softs. Yes, because money really is no longer a concern for me at this point in the game. How am I doing for items? Yeah, I should be fine for those, and I've got my ruby. Alright, so let's head over to Crescent. Pick up some magic. And then over to Titan's Tunnel, which should be rather difficult. And I don't know what treasure is down there. I don't know what kind of monsters are waiting for me down there. I don't know anything about what to expect from Titan's Tunnel, so... That's another reason why I want to stay over-leveled between streams. So that I don't have to do a lot of dying and restarting on every stream. There we go. Either way, that battle was going to end. Let me make sure I'm at the right coordinates for going around the edge of the map for Crescent. Yep. Make sure I had gone far enough south. Make that work. And this should be the dock there. Oh, that should be the dock there. Alright, so this map has been edited. Alright. So I need to go around and try to find a dock around Crescent Lake. My dock has been removed. Too bad. Am I gonna have to walk through the desert to get there? What's he gonna make me do? It looks like it's open all the way across. Am I gonna have to walk there from Elfland? Alright, nope. I can't walk there from Elfland. Alright, I'll try going farther north. And I don't really want to bother with these battles in the ocean anymore. They're just really not worth it for me. I guess I could use lightning too and get some free golden experience, but I don't know what's waiting for me on the land around Crescent Lake there. So normally the dock is right there. How close am I though? Alright, so maybe the dock is just right up in that little nook there. I hope it is. See if we can get good attacks here. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, and one thing I need to check, if Fantasy gained a level, it may be better. I need to switch my silver swords around anyway. Okay, so there's the dock. So it's just a little bit more walking to the south for me. Alright, he's at 99, so the silver sword might still get him... Let me see. Okay, so still not quite enough. So 44.94. So I still will need to have him with the falchion. But I can move a silver sword to this guy because he's level 23. 91. If he equips the falchion, he can't quite get there, can he? Oh, he can. Okay, so we can both get there with falchions. So falchion. And yes, believe it or not, it's my red mages holding the silver swords because... Yeah, that puts them up to 4 hits. Okay, so put him up to 4 hits. This guy, it only puts him, he's still at 3 hits. He's 1 level away from getting his 4th hit. So that's how that works. So we're kind of at optimum power here. Yeah, having that extra fire tool will really help in dealing with guys like this. And hopefully by the time, although I don't know with hack, but by the time we're in places where lightning 2 is going to be powerful, hopefully we'll have some items that can cast those for us. Yeah, maybe walk from Provoca. I might be able to. Yeah, it's hard to explore without the airship. It's hard to really see, and the map, the mini map, isn't detailed enough. And I don't know if the mini map is actually different when you do the B select map because it's so fuzzy anyway. I don't know if that actually changed when Zonk Miles did the edits here. I guess I'll try this one. So yeah, I don't know if he changed that map, but it's hard to explore and see what paths are clear and which paths are not. But I did find the dock here that's not too far, so ZZ did just look looks like he just moved the dock up a little bit on the map to make me fight a little bit more to get to Crescent. Just to make it a little bit more challenging. Guess I should use Fire 3. But this other Fire 2 should take them all out. Yeah, so I was thinking about my party configuration here, and it's true that they're not as versatile, but I'm kind of glad that they have as much offensive power as they do. Yeah, and I'll start burning my Fire 3s now. Because I'm noticing with this that the longer battles go, the more danger you really are of things like paralyzing and stone and all those nasty statuses. So it seems to be not as bad as I thought if you have a party that can just end battles quickly, that can cast big spells, clear things out, fighters that can tank things. If I had things like white mages and thieves, I wouldn't be able to end battles quite as quickly. I'd have to be relying more on the healing and the defense, which takes some time and leaves you a little bit more susceptible to things like these Saurias here that I'm fighting, who have status attack stone. Alright. And there's a thing there. Alright, so this guy lets me into Crescent Lake. I hope that's not my only ruby. I hope the other ruby is still good. I should have probably tried that in the Titan's Tunnel, but I don't know, we'll see. You can do it! Light Warriors. Okay. Alright, so I have Lit 3, Flare, Bane, and Stun. I'm gonna check Flare. Alright, so it is a fire. This is my level 6 white and black magic. So Flare is a fire-based attack. That's a 1 enemy, and it's Red Wizard only. Okay, so the Red Mage actually can't learn any of these. Red Wizard. Alright, can the Red Mage learn any level 6 white? No. Okay, so no level 6 spells for any of our guys. Alright. I should have probably checked that before I came here. So they can't learn any of the level 6 stuff. Yeah, it looks. I had read that that Crescent was blocked by a Titan. So yeah, that would keep sequence breakers out. Now I hope that both Titans have disappeared. I hope that means that both of the Titans are gone. Then I haven't like wasted my ruby in some weird way and locked the game or something. So I'm not gonna save. I'm gonna head over to the Titan's Tunnel and see what's going on. Or I might create a save state or something. Hope I didn't do something weird there. All right, I can buy silver swords here. So actually, I'm probably gonna buy 2 more silver swords. Yeah, because of in 1 more level, those fighters will be able to switch to silver swords, and that'll be a better option for them. And maybe I can get some better armor here, too. I can sell off my long swords. I can sell off all of those long swords. And this thief knife, none of my guys can equip that. Didn't get a whole lot for that. Oops. Sell. Alright, he's got everything there. Alright, I'm not going to want this axe. And I can sell off this longsword. There. Okay. Can I get around there? Oh, yeah, I can. See what some of these guys say. No response from this guy. Yeah, I like the text that they've hidden in these. It's a nice touch. Alright, so let's see if they've got some better armor for me. the game's been tested a lot. So okay, so it must be okay. All right, cool. I can buy helmets now. I can buy helmets and silver armor. So let me take a look at what I have. All right. So I'll want 2 silver helmets for sure. So let's sell off their turbans and get 2 silver helmets. Yeah, I see what you mean there, Shahali. I bet it's okay. Alright, and that turban. Okay, now. Silver helmet. Yes. Whoops. Yeah, so let's sell his shield. Buy silver shield. Take it. Buy silver helmet. Yes. You sell off your scale shield. Yes. And buy a silver shield. Okay. Let me look at re-equipping here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, Shahali. I'm definitely gonna do a save state. Definitely gonna do that. Alright, so these guys are all set. Can I buy a silver gauntlet? Yes. And let me check the numbers on that one. Okay. So he's got 4750. And this is going to be for him, whoops, 5052. So it's a step up from that. I'm going to keep the Atlas Gauntlet on the other one because I think it's comparable to the Silver Gauntlet. That definitely has the nice ability that I want on that character. And I don't want that at the expense of another armor slot. So, and these guys both have silver bracelets. I don't think there's anything better I can get for them. Yeah, there's nothing better I can get for them. Because I think there's a shield they can pick up later. Alright, so I'm definitely glad I stepped up my equipment. Sad that I couldn't buy any spells. It looks like they're stuck with the spell inventory they have. And I will make a save state and just check out Titan's Tunnel. And if it looks like I can see that the Titan's been cleared out quickly, then I'll have to go back and use the inn to save. Or I'll make a save state before I use the inn, I guess is what I'll do. Yeah, I'll make a save state before I use the inn. Although I've already used up the ruby, so I didn't save state before that. But oh well, I'm sure it'll work out okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, because otherwise I'd have to reset and go through all the Earth Cave stuff again, which I don't want to do. I would have wasted a ton of time streaming this. But I really don't think that that's going to happen. I would assume that the Titan is gone in both places. Okay, back in the water. That's why these battles can be pretty annoying at this point in the game. See, I'll save state before I stay at the inn, and then head over to Titan's Tunnel, and if I run into something weird with the ring, if I've somehow soft-locked the game, then I guess I reset and do the Earth Cave again, and don't go over to the Crescent Lake, but I'm sure it'll be okay. I'm sure the designers have thought of that. And one thing I don't know, I guess, I don't know if there's a boss in the Titan's Tunnel. Alright, cool. Where am I here? What is that cave? Oh, I came down a little bit too much. That's the other end of Titan's Tunnel, speaking of Titan's Tunnel. down a little bit too far. And yeah, went in too early. I don't think that's been an edit. I think that's just me not knowing my layouts very well. See if we can just get out of this one quickly. Cool. Alright, so let's see if I don't mess this up somehow. I'm going to make my save state right now, because I haven't saved since using the ruby. Yes, and now I have a save state before using the in. And now we're off. And I think I've got, yeah, all my items are good. Everything's set. Everything's the way I want it. So off to Titan's Tunnel. That's unfortunate about that. That white staff. Got one of them. Hello, Tito Kazim. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. Yes, Woo FF1 indeed. Although you can tell from the title of the stream that this is not the NES version of FF1 as we all know and love it. It's a ROM hack. Ooh, this is one of those strange combos. But yeah, this is a ROM hack that's called Final Fantasy ZZ, named after the programmer Zonk Miles. It's a hard type hack, and I'm playing it semi-blind. You can see there's some new items and new spells and some new enemies that have been added in, and dungeon layouts have been redone. So you'll notice a lot of things are different, and I'm noticing them too as I run into them. So we're all kind of exploring this ROM hack together. And I'd love it if you joined in. So this, the Dream Staff is one of the new ones here. That it casts darkness and sleep on all enemies from the Red Mage. The Red Mages have been kind of nerfed a little bit in their power. They can't learn as many spells as they once could. For example, they can't learn Fast or Temper, sadly. I wish they could. Yeah, and I'll have him, the Sun Staff cast the Harm spell. But I'm just glad to get out of that battle, because those guys aren't really worth too terribly much. Alright, I'm going to tent out here. And the Titan's Tunnel has been expanded into a much longer dungeon than it was before. If I read correctly, although I haven't actually been in here yet. So that must be the exit there. My tactic for a lot of these battles that are unrunnable, and you can see it tells you when they're unrunnable. Good. I put the Wizard Ogre to sleep because he casts Ice. For some reason, his first AI move has a casting of Ice, which is in this version, Ice is an all-targeting spell. So that's actually a pretty nasty spell to start the battle with. So this is no longer just a quick dungeon. This is now a legit dungeon to have to deal with. And it's going to be spiked squares. Yep. Lots of spiked squares, because that's the way this game rolls. Okay, so Tito Kazim, you've heard of this hack? Okay, so you've heard of this. You were in the discussions a little bit. So I wasn't because spikes. That's right. I wasn't in on the discussions about it. I wasn't aware of it, and actually until very recently. Yes, Shahali9, you're right about that. It is grindy and RNG dependent, but I don't mind the grindy parts. I mean, I can do grinding off stream while I'm doing other things, and it doesn't really bother me. So I am enjoying the surprises with this, I will say. You were around-ish, yeah, that's fine. Ooh, the free staff. I'm gonna look this up really quick. I do have the README here, so we can all kind of learn together. Let's see what the free staff does. Okay, the free staff casts move. Let me see what move does again. Okay, move cures stun and sleep for the whole party. Okay, that's pretty nice. So Tito Kazum, I didn't pay anything for this hack. I didn't realize that another thief knife. I didn't realize that there was money being exchanged. Oops, I should turn off the FAQ. I didn't realize that money was being exchanged for this one, but I did not pay anything for it. I didn't see anybody asking. Oh, for the free staff. Haha, nice. Very good. Very good. He's just at 96. Yeah, the text is covering the game. Yeah, sorry about that. Point that out if I do that again. I left that up too long. There we go. No, that's okay, Tito Chasm. I like to when I do check a text file like that, I intentionally like to put that up over the game while I'm stopped and checking it. But on that time I forgot to turn it off on my broadcaster before I got back to it, so I played for a little bit there. But I do like to do that so that anyone who's watching can see what I'm looking at and what I'm talking about. So the free staff casts the spell Move, which cures the stun status for everybody's sleep and stun status, which actually that's pretty nice. So I was hoping that some of these items would help make up for my lack of white mage, and getting the white staff and the free staff are going to certainly be helpful. Yeah, it can be disorienting. Yeah, sorry about that. I can turn that off if we decide to. Hello, 810K2. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in. I'm in the Titans Tunnel of this Final Fantasy ZZ ROM hack, so it's no longer your short Titans Tunnel, but a long, semi-grueling dungeon room. Although the enemy groups look to be pretty similar to those in the Earth Cave, so thankfully they're not buffed up too much. These are very similar enemy sets to what I was fighting in the first half of the Earth Cave. Yeah, including this one. I got this one a lot. This no escape battle with the Wizard Ogres. And because I missed the sleep on the Wizard Ogre, he'll probably cast Ice. Unless I can kill him in one hit here. Nope, couldn't quite get him. So if he gets a turn here, he'll probably cast Ice. Oh, nope, he chose to attack instead. That's actually fantastic. That's what I wanted. I'm going to put you up here. There we go. So I was hoping to put him to sleep and or kill him in the first round with a crit from the fighter. Well, thank you, 810-2K. I appreciate you stopping in to say hello, and thank you for the feedback about the hacks. I'm having a good time with them, and I hope that the streams and the YouTube posts of them end up being informative or interesting for someone. I wish my setup was a little bit better. I could stream in a little bit better quality. But it is fun to explore these hacks, and it's nice to have a few folks stop by and say hello, and share them with me, as you guys are, so that's very nice of you to say. This seems to be a very common battle formation, this Wizard Ogre, Green Ogre, Hyena combo. LOL quality. I know, my quality is pretty LOL. I'm sorry about that. It's my hardware setup. Well, that's very nice of you to say too. The NES and its 240. Yes, that's true. You're right. But I don't have one of these nice big 1080, 60 FPS streams like a lot of those guys do. But of course, a lot of those streamers are they're having subscriptions and they have it monetized and all that stuff. So they have a little bit better reason to have a better show than me. Hello, Ark. Yeah, I guess you guys are right. It did look pixelated on the TV just as much. I think I was looking at the chat when the battle started, but I believe this is an unrunnable fight. And yeah, those bones are kind of nasty. Let me see if I can sleep these guys first. Yes, but hello, Ark. Hello, Shahali. Hello, 810. Hello, everybody who's stopped in. Turn on scan lines for your low-quality TV, yeah. Yeah, okay, so Tito Kazum, I'm glad you make that point because I feel like a lot of people stream in quality that those of us with lower connection speeds and lower CPU power can't really watch their streams very well or very smoothly. Now I can use my harm spell. Yes, Art, I know how much you liked it. I mean, I appreciated your feedback, Art. I was happy to hear your opinions about it. So no problems there. But yeah, I am continuing this. I just did a bunch of grinding off stream. But Tito Kazum, I feel like a lot of people who are small-time streamers like me who don't have enough viewers to get quality options stream in a quality that I can't watch. Shoot, was I heading up or down? I think I was heading up. So yes, that's one thing that my low-quality stream does do. Is that anyone can watch it on any connection speed and any CPU power. Okay, so 810, you have 240p with 500 kilobits for your stream. Okay. Even though you're streaming PS1 games. What are you streaming, 810 2K? Yeah, so that's one strength of streaming in a bad connection is that anyone with really slow internet or a really underpowered computer can watch it smooth as butter, as you say. I like that. That's very nice. Oh, you're streaming the Origins version? Yes. FF1 Origins. Okay. I need to... Oh, this one... I think this is one of those spiked hallways. I read about those, and I saw one in the Earth Cave, so I'm not going to take that one. Okay, so FF1 Origins. 810, I need to give you a follow, so when I finish up here, if you're still going, I will pop over. You're doing a marathon? Okay. When I'm finished up here today, if you're still going, I'll pop over, because I'd be very interested. Yeah, so actually, Ark, I've got the move staff now, which helps me, or the free staff, which helps get me out of some of those paralyzed attacks. So I'm able to get through some of them now, thankfully. But yes, 810 K2, I think keep saying 2K. I think 810 K2. I will pop by when I'm finished up here. I didn't know you were also streaming FF1 exclamation mark happy face Franker Z. So I'll pop that on. You will be I'll be streaming here until I have to start making dinner, and then I will watch you while I'm cooking pesto tonight. How about that? I will be Mr. Domestic while watching you stream FF Origins. And then I can tell Ark finally, R692, I can finally tell him that I've watched a little bit of Origins version. Shahali, thank you for stopping in. Have a nice day at work. I will stay safe. Yes, that's an advantage of working the schedule I work, is that I can cook dinner every night and have that set. So, working the hours I work, I can do streams when I want to during the day, and I can cook dinner. Or supper, I guess, depending on what part of the world you're from. You started watching him yesterday? Okay, so you've been on the Origins train since yesterday, huh? I need to pop in there then. Cool. So hopefully we're getting close to done with this tunnel. Yeah, I noticed I need to remember which direction I'm heading. Try to help me in the chat there if you remember which direction I'm heading. I'm pretty sure I'm going up and around now. Okay, going to the right, going to the right. Okay, and that's it. So this must be a boss-ish encounter for this, I guess. I guess you would call this a boss-ish encounter here. Alright, so Titan's Tunnel was not as bad as it could have been had my levels been a lot lower. So I did read, I'm just remembering some of the things I read in the threads about, yeah. I remember some of the things in the threads about people who said they used a pencil or something when they were in the Titan's Tunnel, and pointed it in the direction that they were moving. And I thought, I won't need anything like that. I'm smart enough to remember which direction I'm going. But when you're chatting and streaming and looking at battles and everything else, and then the map loads back up again, you go, oh, shoot. Which direction was I facing? Which direction was I going? I think your character always loads facing down, I believe. Yeah, there we go. So here you can see the Sun Staff casts Harm 1, which doesn't seem to get the doubling multiplier when it's cast from the staff, and I'm not sure if that's because of the intelligence difference in this, or if Harm 1 functions a little bit differently in this version. Let's see if he casts it off with this one. Well, he only gets to see the one. Okay, well, he got the doubling multiplier on that one, for sure, but it seemed like when I was casting it on larger groups of undead before, I was not so much getting the doubling multipliers. You know what? I don't want to deal with this one. I'm not sure. I guess I'll still get the rod from Sarda here. So that treasure will stay in the same place, but I still don't have the crown. I'll get that, I think, according to the discussion threads. I think I'm going to get the crown after the volcano. So, Ark, am I liking this? That's quite a question. Ooh. Hello. That's nice. So, I am liking some of the surprises. And the Earth Cave wasn't so bad with me power leveled as I was. So I think the answer is going to be a general yes. Without grinding, it would not be very pleasant, but with the grinding, it should be alright. Hiding deep inside, you will find the cause of the Earth's rot. In another house. So yeah, I am enjoying the new explorations here, but they would not be very fun if I wasn't massively over-leveled, but I'm doing that just so that the stream doesn't have lots of repetitions and failures. Let me move this flame staff over to... Let's move that over to you. So yeah, I'll be going into the bottom part of the Earth Cave now, so I should have time to finish the rest of the Earth Cave this stream. Alright, let's try our new flame staff. And let's see if we can get the sun staff doubling on the... Well, so much for that. Well, and probably so much for that, too. Never mind, we'll try the flame staff again. We'll try her another time. No, Ark, the heal spell never crashed the game, but I don't think I ever saw the heal spell proc, to be very honest with you. I don't think the heal spell ever procced. Alright, so let's try this flame staff on this group and see what we get. See if I can put some of the crawls to sleep, because they can be pretty nasty. Because I'm not sure if Flame Staff casts Fire or Fire 2. Let me see. Let's see what kind of damage I can get. Well, the Dream Staff's going to be ineffective on the bones for sure. Yeah, I never saw the heal spell proc in the enemies to crash the game. Right, 32, 17, this looks like it's just Fire 1. 36, 21, looks like it's Fire 1. Yeah, maybe try dragging out a Red Sahag fight. Yeah, I could do that. Yes, the Flame Staff looks like it's just Fire 1, so not amazing, in other words. Yeah, Ark, maybe I will try to force it. I actually forgot about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. But yeah, I forgot that happened to you a couple times, you said. I'll have to see if I can do that, because I think that if that's something that is going to be a common problem, I think that the designers should know about it. Although he has said that this has been his kind of definitive version. I think he's quote-unquote finished with it. But if there is a bug like that, he probably should know about it so that he can fix it in maybe a small update. But I'm sure he would like to know that if that is a rule and not just something that's only happening on your machine. I am going to try this spiked hallway here because I have the resources. So let's take a look at this spiked hallway. All right, a red giant. Ooh, and an Agama. Nice, 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 nice. Let's see if I can put some of them to sleep. No, you're right, Ark. He should still, and I'm sure he probably will still fix bugs. I think what he meant by definitive version is he had no more plans of any big adjustments on things. I'm sure he'll still want to fix the bugs. So if I can get it to proc sometime, I'll see under what circumstances I can get it to go, and then we'll pass that on to him. Because I'm planning on getting in touch with him anyway when I'm finished with this, just to let him know that I streamed it and let him know what kind of my final thoughts are about it, even though I wasn't involved in the discussions of the making of it. He should know that someone was streaming his hack and what I thought about it. Okay, so there's a nice level up. So maybe it was just that one tile that was spiked. It wasn't every square. All right, I will keep yours out of there. I will keep yours. I will keep your feedback out. I wasn't planning on sharing that with him anyway. Yeah, you're not the intended audience. You're right about that. I wasn't planning on including that. Okay, so he's 24. So it's 99. Let me double check that we're still short on 96. Yeah, so it's still 94. So it's going to be one more level before I can switch out of the Silver Sword with them. And now, I think I need to go this way. Okay, so I should have actually taken that path before. If it's just one quick battle, I should have taken that path before. Maybe that's what it is in the Earth Cave as well. Ooh, here's a nasty random fight. Don't love this one. Yikers. Yes, ice. The two. I can't remember if wizards resist ice. The big one there is the sorcerer. Okay. The wizard I don't mind so much. It's impossible to love this one. There we go. Yes, we got our wizard and sorcerer combo. Yeah. So yeah, Ark, the last stream, I finished the last stream by getting the Atlas armlet. I was heading down, I think. Which casts Temper on yourself. It's a self-targeting Temper spell. And to get there, I had to go through the Hall of Giants, which is every square spiked with a giant battle. The crawls have heal. the nut jobs are the crawls, or the nut jobs are the wizards that have healed. I'm not sure if stream lag is you're seeing that about the wizards or the battle I'm in now, which is the crawl bone green ogre combo. It's the wizards, okay. Yep. So I'm glad I got rid of them quickly, because actually I didn't save after that. After coming out of the tunnel here, so I hope I don't get a game crash. You better believe I'll be on the horn with Zonk Miles if I get a game crash here. See if I can one-round these guys with just attacks and 4 hits. Good. Salt in the wound. Yeah, that would be bad. Well, don't do it yet. A little bit too early to be salting the wounds just yet. Although now I know that this dungeon is doable. It's good. So I've been doing grinding, but probably an unnecessary amount of grinding. But it's okay. I don't mind doing grinding. As I've said several times before already, probably annoyingly so. Grinding doesn't really bother me much. And it is enjoyable streaming these, and it's nice to get feedback like I got there before that I'm one of the only ones streaming these hacks, and I feel like the ROM hacking scene, hackers deserve some attention and notoriety, and streaming is one way to kind of support the medium of ROM hacking, even if it's a hard type hack like this that without grinding is not set up very well for streaming. Ark, I should also update you. I'm doing a Final Fantasy V solo time mage run, and I just finished Atmos the other night. I just finished Atmos in my solo time mage run. So you'd be proud of me. That's been a fun one, but again, not because it's my first solo time through it. I'm probably not ready to stream it. Yeah, you really like seeing Restored? I'm actually considering Ark doing more with Restored. I might try doing some more party configurations with FF Restored, because I agree that there's a lot of potential in Restored. There's a lot more potential for variant runs and things with Restored. Particularly using thieves. Using thieves in the party would be, I think, very interesting in Restored. So it looks like my problem with the Ruby was a non-issue. The Titan that I gave it to over in Crescent Lake was also the same Titan here, so I don't have to worry about being short a Ruby. I will have to say that this is probably going to be my only playthrough of Final Fantasy ZZ, so this stream is probably the only time I'll be playing it or streaming it, barring some kind of massive viewer demand that if hundreds of people PM me and say, I demand you stream ZZ again. Okay, so that might push him up into Silver Sword 4 hits territory. You make a cry face about rebalanced or restored. So Tito Cosm, you're not as big a fan of that one? Alright, let me see if he has his 4th hits. Yes, 97 and damage 45. Okay, so he's good. Oh, restored is hella cool. Rebalanced is not hella cool. Can you, Tito Chasm, can you tell me what the difference is between rebalanced and restored? What kinds of things are they doing different? Or are they planning to do differently with rebalanced? Because well, it was never finished. Okay. Yeah, you're liking only restored Arc. Okay, so Tito Chasm, rebalanced never was finished. Okay, that's too bad. If it ever does get finished, I will stream it. So if we can get in touch with the powers that be, Whoops, not a heal potion. I want a tent. I want to save. So we can tell the powers that be, if you finish this hack, this guy with a really low quality stream that only a few people watch, and he also does Blue Marlin speedruns, will stream it. Speaking of Blue Marlin, I put together a 7-minute segmented Blue Marlin speedrun the other day that I'm pretty proud of. It's not perfect, but it's a nice demonstration of how the segmented Blue Marlin speedrun works. Thankfully, I didn't stream it. Okay, thank you, 810K2. I'll pop in when I'm finished up with the Earth Cave here. Thank you very much. Okay, so it was also by Astral Esper. Okay, but his real life got in the way. That's unfortunate, because I've actually meant to get in touch with Astral Esper about Restored and let him or her know. I don't know if it's a he or she. Let them know that I really enjoyed Restored. Yeah, so Ark, the Supreme Oppressor, who I didn't even know he was doing the Blue Marlin. He got an under 10-minute run, and he just got a really nice string of luck, which I always knew was possible. He just did it in far fewer attempts than I did. He also just skipped the grinding part and relied on luck, which took him a lot fewer attempts than I thought it would, than I had calculated it would. So he went one step beyond what I did. So his single segment run is going to be tricky to beat. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm going to restock my heal potions. So his single segment run is quite nice. I am going to try to go after it eventually. So sometime I will be streaming Blue Marlin single segment speedruns again. So brace yourself for that. But I thought the segmented would be a good thing to explore. He kind of inspired me to go back to the Blue Marlin a little bit in my off-stream time and look a little bit. I did some more work. I published a FAQ update to the Blue Marlin about how some of the leveling system works. I used the memory viewer, the memory editor, and looked at that. Okay, so I am rested up. I know, crybaby face. I know Blue Marlin speedrun streams are not the most exciting things in the world to watch. They're not nearly as exciting as watching a variant run of Final Fantasy I, or a ROM hack run of Final Fantasy I. I know there's nothing as exciting as these. Nothing could beat these for just adrenaline-pounding entertainment. Slow-paced battles, same music over and over again. But there's a reason we must love these games. We just keep going back to them. Keep going back to the same well. Oh, that's the crybaby face. Wow. I say, Ark, you and your knowledge of Twitch chat emotes will always be beyond mine. Because to be very honest, probably I shouldn't be saying this, but I don't often participate in Twitch chats. Yeah, so Tito Kazum, the Blue Marlin is an NES fishing game. It is in my opinion, a fantastic fishing game. It is way better than its cousin, the Black Bass, which is made by the same company a year or two earlier than the Blue Marlin. But it's a game that... Oops, I meant to do the Sun Staff. A game that not many people know much about, but I took it upon myself to learn a lot of its systems and do speedruns, and have gotten in touch with a few other people who have good nostalgic memories for the Blue Marlin on NES, and kind of helped me with some of the speedrun planning, and we wrote a FAQ for it, a brand new FAQ for GameFAQs that has a lot more correct information in it than the ones on there that were 10 years old. And I don't mean to disparage the ones that are 10 years old, but just we didn't know as much about game programming and ROM hacking and things 10 years ago as we do now. So using memory editors and that, we've looked at how the systems work, and particularly Soniku 2008 is the one who's done most of the memory editor work with Blue Marlin. I did the writing of the FAQ and a lot of the non-programmy stuff testing, because I'm not very good with memory editors and things. I'm getting better. I'm practicing, I'm learning, but I'm not there yet. But another speedrunner has a really sick Blue Marlin time that beat mine, which I thought was going to be tough to beat, but he came up with a really good no-grind strategy that really helped him get a nice time. Alright, so back into the Earth Cave we go. Before we do that, though, I'm going to hop away for just a second. I'll be back in 20 or 30 seconds here. Alright, I am back. Okay, so here we go. Wish me luck on Earth Cave Part 2. Ooh, this is not a great start. That's unfortunate. Look at that. First battle, we get a... we get a stone attack. Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, those wizard mummies and their glance attack, I think. Is it glance they're doing? They have curse and glance and everything else. Hello, Ben Rayburn. Welcome to the stream. Good to hear from you again, my friend. This is a Final Fantasy I ROM hack that bumps up the difficulty and changes some of the weapons and spells and enemies, and also some of the dungeon layouts. Ark, you can see here they've altered the path on this floor. It's a very small adjustment, but they've made it kind of one long, windy path through this floor. Let's see if we can get all these guys in one round. Let's see if we can one round this battle. I might be overstretching myself a little bit. So let's see if we can one round these guys. Well, did he get his attack off yet? Yeah, he did. Excellent, we can one round these guys. Cool, so I've already beaten the vampire and come back out, and now Lich is my next target, and then that'll be... I'll probably finish the stream after I beat Lich. Yeah, Ark, I have to agree with you on that, that the one windy path is a little bit less exciting, less engaging, I guess, than it used to be. I mean, even though there were fewer, I think I'm trying to remember just from what I can remember on it. I think there still was only one or two ways to get through it, but it made it look more intimidating. It made it look more scary. I guess there were a few dead ends, but I'm just trying to pull from my memory this floor. I know the way through it now. I don't really know how to get lost in it anymore. In the NES version, I mean. Yeah, if you add spiked corridors, yep. At least the bats still get in your way in this game. But here you can see there's really no deviation. There is one treasure room down there, but I've already picked it up. So there is one path deviation you can take, but I got that treasure on my last run through, so it should be pretty quick. I grabbed that treasure already. And we should be back at the vampire's floor here momentarily. Alright, so the getting ambushed, well, we'll just fight, because getting ambushed means that the battle is runnable. I think they kept that rule consistent into this hack from the NES version. So any battle that you can get either a preemptive or a back attack. Look at that, 26. Yeah, Ark, you can see from my grinding, I was grinding at the Peninsula of Power. You can see how big a difference my my levels are from my fighters getting stoned so much. Ooh, this one, that could... Alright, so the Soria didn't get a stone. The Sorias have a stone status attack. So they actually are quite nasty. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get two fighters on the Soria, because they can do more nasty stuff to me. And I can't quite get him in one hit from... Now, the fighter might have gotten him in one hit. Yes, no, Ark, you're right. If someone croaked, it would be a quick trip, and if the red mages still wouldn't have access to life, I don't think. I think life is a red wizard only, but yeah, you're right. It was a quick trip out to the world map. I'm not sure why the walking times were increased. I know just every little bit to drain your resources more. But walking times on the world map, I'm a little bleh on adding walking times on the world map. Let's just run. I could cast harm from that staff, but harm is not quite as effective if you're not fighting them. And you see I have a nice little shortcut right to the Alright, so yeah, I'll use, you know what, I'll use the flame. I'll see what kind of damage I can get from the flame staff and the harm staff. Yes, Ark, you are always sunshine and rainbows. That's just who you are. That's just who you are. Ooh, see, this is nasty. This is nasty, because getting crits like that on that character is not super great. Because he's dead. So now I don't have him for my Lich fight. Alright. So you like the wide open dungeon design? Yeah. Well, of course, that was the game that was released, where they had more wide open dungeon designs. Yes, and Ark, you're right. Why have all those levels if you only need to be level 25 to beat the game? Those are all very true. But so we'll see how I can get through the rest of this thing with one fighter down. That's a little scary. Oops. Okay, I'm glad it strike first, because I forgot to move my guys back around. Yeah, so now I need to try taking on Lich with just 3. Alright. I think that text is a little different. I think it's you sense something evil, I think is the NES text there. Alright. Let's do it. How are my hit point totals? And is there any... Okay, so he has the Atlas Gauntlet, so he's better set. Yeah, no, Ark, I'm not gonna bolt. I'm not gonna run. I am just gonna see what I can do down here in the bottom, because it really didn't take me very long to get down to this floor. It's nice that he built those shortcuts in. Although I could warp out, I guess, because there is a warp on that floor. But It shouldn't take me too long to get down to the bottom with these floors set up the way they are. Oops. He's got the dream staff. Yeah, and the flame staff. Not too much damage from that. Yeah, really not much from that flame staff. See if I can sleep some of the snakes.